Welcome back to the Plymouth Pavilions, where it's the Durham Wildcats who lead the way here. Some excellent three-point shooting. 4 of 7 made in the first quarter from the Wildcats, but their overall play, the way they've attacked the basket, they've rebounded well. Johnson's come in, made a little bit of an impact, cutting to the hole and getting himself some points on the board.
Ralph Bucci, got to give him some credit. He's definitely running the show for the Wildcats, stealing the ball on one end of the floor several times, and you know, just a really heady player from the high post to the low post. Just, you know, finding Cutter's baseline. They're making the extra pass inside as well. It's happened a few times where they've got looks inside.
Yeah, Bucci with 3 steals in the game already. Another 3 goes up, another 3 goes in. A 5th triple of the game for the Durham Wildcats. Shooting the ball tremendously well from behind the arc. That's broken up by Johnson. Williams' shot doesn't go. Rebound, Bucci. He's got 3 steals, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's doing a bit of everything in the early stages. Granani in the corner, another one!
3.
Wow, great shooting display from the Durham Wildcats here. That is their 6th three-pointer in only 9 attempts.
Coach Love not going to be very happy at all. Guys just not finding a man, you know, especially like a team like Durham who can just straight shoot the ball.
Well, the scout report, you can rip that one up, because I'm sure Coach Love would have said, well, look, they're a patient team, they moved the ball, they looked for shots. Maybe not the greatest three-point shooting team in the league. They're shooting below 30% from the three-point line so far this season. None of it today. They're on fire from behind the arc. The Wildcats are shooting 60% from behind the line. Oh, open inside, Granani again. We have seen some of the patient ball movement. Gavin Love calling a timeout. We have seen some of the patient ball movement, and actually what they've ended up with is easy lay-ins. You think back late in the first quarter, Johnson had a couple cutting to the basket. He had the one where Schneck blocked him and he put it back. Another open layup on the inside there. They are finding gaps in this Plymouth defense.
They are finding gaps and they're moving the ball well, but to be honest, I don't think the Plymouth defense is making it too hard for them at the moment. People are slow to rotate, missing assignments, and you know, it doesn't look like the Plymouth team that you know, that played so well last week against Manchester here at the Pavilions.
Well, Gavin Love forced into a timeout here. His team 8-0 down in this quarter, 11 points down overall, just a minute into this second period. The Wildcats, well, they look very happy with life. It's noticeable out of that timeout. Dave Elderkin didn't need the full minute. He said what he needed to say, which was probably keep it going, lads, we're playing well.
Don't change a thing, do what you're doing.
And wow, who would have picked this at the beginning of the game? 11 minutes in, and it's the visitors up by 11. The Wildcats, who haven't won on the road since the opening day of the season. They beat Worcester in their first game of the season in Worcester and not won an away game since. Brown, good bounce pass to Schneck, and that's where you get that pick and roll. Rod Brown is just an expert.
And you know, with the unit we've got out there, Ojo and O'Reilly on the wing are deadly three-point shooters. So you know, you can't compact, you know, that kind of defense in. Another 3 goes up, unbelievable.
They're just flying in left, right, and center. That is the 5th of the game for Brad Granani. He's got 21 points here. Ojo trying to reply. Here he is.
21 points.
It's almost like just give him the ball, let him shoot it.
Wow. In 12 minutes of play, that's exceptional shooting display so far in this game.
5 of 7 from behind the arc, 8 of 10 overall. Just lightening it up from three-point line. Here's Bucci. Bucci steps back, shot clock getting low. Bucci has to fire up a 3, doesn't hit the ring. That will be a shot clock violation. Goes out of bounds anyway. But actually, on that occasion, we saw some of the patience, but not the ball movement that we're accustomed to with the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think they went a little bit away from what they're good at there. kind of the one-on-one play. I think if they start relying too much on that, I think the league could be gone in a hurry. If they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to cause a big headache for Plymouth.
Well, the Raiders have got 25. Brad Granani has 21, and the rest of his team have 16. Here's Page out on the break. Baldarelli spotting up from behind the arc. That one is short. Page with the rebound off the glass for 2, and the lead is back out to 14. Brown again on the pick and roll. This time they double teamed him, forced him back to the halfway line. Nice pass to Ojo for 2.
I think that's where Plymouth are going to get back in this game, with Rod Brown creating, guys making the right cuts, but down the other end, transition defense, too slow for Plymouth, and that, that's what happens when you're too slow to rotate and get back. Team score or get to the line, like in this case.
That was the 5th assist of the game so far for Rod Brown. He's not been in the league long enough to be in the assist charts, but it will only be a matter of games played before you see him amongst the leaders in the assist column in the BBL.
I mean, the Raiders have, currently leading the league in offense and in points. They are a high-octane scoring team, and to be honest, if Rod Brown continues, the way like he's played in the first 1.5 games that he's played, I can see him being, right up at the top of the tree in that category.
Andreas Schreiber into the game for the first time, the big number 7, making his debut for the Raiders here in the BBL. Ojo, there's a bit of a collision at the top. Ojo fires up the shot, doesn't quite go. Baldarelli is first to it.
Raiders offense stuttering a little bit. Raiders can't seem to find much fluidity to the game now.
Johnson looking to go to work, drives in hard, great block from Schreiber. Schneck trying to keep it alive, does keep it alive to Brown. Schreiber out on the break, great pass from Brown. It was almost picked off. I think he was thinking about, here's my first points of the game, and didn't see the defender come in.
And a dunk at that. If he'd have caught it cleanly, I think he might have been thinking about that.
Brown to inbound. Ojo running around the screen, fires up, and that's just an excellent executed out of bounds play. Ran around a couple of screens, got himself open, knocked the shot down. Here's Page. Got to defend him all the way out there. He hit the one from there. Good dish into Kaiser.
Good rotation.
Ojo to Brown. And here he is getting, no, not quite, I was about to say, here he is getting his first points of the game, but a little bit overcooked on that lay-in. Dave Elderkin going to call a timeout here. His team leading by 11 at the Pavilions, 5:48 to go here in the first half. I think Dave will be relatively happy. Well, he's delighted with where his team sits right now, but last couple of minutes perhaps not quite been at the level they had been at the start of this quarter, so a sensible timeout, just try and draw up maybe a play or two, get them back into the swing of things. I think so. I think that's a good timeout. I think you could probably sense that the Plymouth's defense maybe picked up just a little bit. The rotations on the last couple of defensive plays have been on point, with Mike Ojo rotating down on the weak side, getting the steal, and obviously Rod Brown coming up with a couple of passes, and Raiders getting a couple of good looks inside. But as Gavin Love comes out of that timeout, I'm sure the thing that will worry him the most, frustrate him the most, I guess, is the 40 points on the board that his team have given up in just over 14 minutes. Now, sometimes there's not a lot you can do when a guy goes 5 for 7 from the three-point line and puts 21 points on the board, as Brad Granani has done here in this game. But 40 is a big number for this stage of the contest.
It is, and I think he'll be challenging guys. I think he'll be challenging individuals to make a stand and try and lock that guy down.
Well, here he is. It's Barnett who's guarding him at the moment. Oh, just through the hands of Kaister. Spun round, lost his man for a second, but lost the ball as well. Lasker playing point guard with Brown getting a breather. Ojo back to Lasker and again to him. Schreiber backing down, nice spin move, blocked though by Johnson, and it'll be a Raiders ball from the end with shot clock holding at 6. Reynolds into the game for the first time. Ojo penetrates, gets it out. Lasker's out of bounds. Happens all the time. It's all on the spacing of the three-point line. I'm convinced of it. I have no way of statting how many times guys step out of bounds. But in the last couple of years, since the three-point line went out, it's a lot more than it used to be, I'm sure of that.
It's definitely a frustrating one for Coach Love. You know, he worked the ball well to get a good open shot, and, you know, only for it to be an unforced error.
Foul called on Drew Lasker. It's his first in the game. 15 minutes in, there's only been 8 fouls in the entire game. Nobody got more than 1. It's not really been a game. There's been more open shots than anything else. As Page drives to the basket, tosses it up, couldn't quite get it to go, and Raiders will push it the other way with Lasker. Barnett bounces it down to Schneck. Schneck to the turnaround, nice just had enough on that.
Well, I think one thing the Raiders have got to do is snag rebounds and get off to the races, because, you know, with a 7-man rotation, I'm not sure how Durham will be able to fare if they really push the ball. I mean, at the moment they seem to be coping with it fine. Good defense by Schreiber.
Well, Schreiber read that play basically. He saw it happen. Was it 2 plays ago, 3 plays ago? Knew that pass was going into the low block, so he just gambled on it and came up with the steal.
Coach Love has mentioned to me how impressed he is with Schreiber's defense. Obviously, he's shown a block shot, but coming up with good awareness for the steal there.
Ojo to inbound for the Raiders, trailing now by 9. As we tick down towards half-time, just over 4 minutes to go in the first half. Schneck trying to find some space, and the foul called. I don't know if it was Page down, reaching down. No, it was Johnson coming on the help. Reynolds certainly was the original defender, did a decent job on Schneck. It was the help from where the foul came. Timeout called by Gavin Love here. 3 timeouts already in the first half. Raiders still trailing by 9, but a lot of the time I look at this game, it's about the momentum, the tempo, the way the flow of the game is. I know they're down 9, but I feel Plymouth have come back into this game. They're more comfortable over the last few minutes in how they're playing. I'm sure he'll be reiterating that to his team.
Yeah, I think nobody will be panicking. You know, as I said earlier, the Raiders are leading the league in points per game. They can put points on the board in a hurry. And I think Coach Love will just be saying, we're fine. You know, just be patient. Let's get through the sets. Let's execute. And, you know, maybe there's no reason why he'll think that the Raiders can't still, you know, go up in this half, up, or at least down by maybe 1, 2, or 3.
Well, that will be the aim, you would imagine, for the next 4 minutes. Let's try and eat into some of this lead and see if we can't get ourselves back level. Certainly plenty of time for it. And the home fans cranking up the noise, trying to get behind their team. Now it quietens down to allow Matt Schneck to shoot from the free throw line.
Matthew Schneck's free throws are looking a lot better at this point in the season. At the start, he was hesitating a little bit at the height of his release. Now it's a lot smoother shot.
Not sure he was entirely convinced on that. He looked like he was going to go chase after that one as if it was going to be short.
I think that's an instinct thing from a guy who's leading in the BBL in rebounds. Like to
Ojo
gobble
with
them
a
up.
good steal. Drops it back to Lasker. Barnett at the top of the key, fires up from behind the arc, bit short. Keister first to it. Bucci pushing it down for the Wildcats. Reynolds trying to get it to Page. It's stolen away by Barnett. Barnett running back. He's caught. Won't quite go. Javaris Barnett slaps his hands in frustration. He felt he should be going to the line for one free throw here.
Yeah, I mean, one thing Javaris Barnett can really do is put the ball on the floor, and he's got a real knack. I think he should have probably gone with his left hand. I'm not sure if he went with his right or left, but his left hand finish is really strong, and he can often make it in traffic. You know, got a really nice touch there when he's at full speed.
Makes the first from the line and the second as well, and off the back of a few free throws here, the lead down to 5, and Granani, who'd been sat on the bench for a couple of minutes getting a well-earned breather, is sent back out there now.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, he's obviously slowed down a little bit at the second part of this quarter, but I can't remember a guy having, 21 points in the first 12 minutes of the game, especially in the last few seasons.
Well, being a Plymouth man, as Baldarelli drives to the basket, you will have mentally blocked out last year's Cup final. I won't say Charles Smith to you. Page to Baldarelli. Baldarelli off the glass for 2.
No, I absolutely have blocked it out. Yeah.
They needed that, Durham. The lead had cut down to 5. They needed that score.
Of course, Newcastle in the Cup first leg here.
Darius Defoe, didn't he have a monster double-double or something like that?
He did, but I said Newcastle as a team shot unbelievably well that night. The best I've probably seen in this building from an entire team, but from an individual. Yeah, Charles Smith in the Cup final, but in this building, Granani has obviously come out on fire.
Baldarelli driving to the hole with a little floater. That one just outside the charge zone, so it is called a charge.
Was that Drew Lasker that took that again after not being called for the first one? And I'm super impressed he took that charge, especially as he played 50 minutes last Saturday night.
50 minutes, long old time.
Double overtime game, and he played the whole thing.
Yeah, you kind of forget. I mean, it's a nice move by Ojo. But 50 minutes is a lot of work for anybody.
Especially as a guy as explosive as Drew Lasker on both ends of the floor.
They've been trying to get it down to Keister. That's why. They've been trying to get it down, feed it down to him. They've had difficulty getting that pass down to the big man there, but when they've done it there, he's shown why.
Yeah, he looks like he's got some good footwork. He's, he showed that he can go over his left and his right shoulder there.
Well, he'll go to the three-point line, trying to convert to the free throw line, even trying to convert the three-point play. He is their second leading scorer this season, but they tend to spread it about. It doesn't always necessarily come from one superstar guy. You see some guys on a team that, like a Jeremy Bell, if you like, he's going to get 20 every given night. Durham, it's hard to know who their guy is going to be. They seem to rotate it through, which is a good thing as long as you get consistency.
Yeah, I mean, Ralph Bucci obviously is not scoring, as he was when he was last in the country, but he's just doing a lot of other things as well. All the intangibles, the things that do appear on the stat sheet, but also a lot of the things that don't.
There he is grabbing a rebound. It's his 5th rebound of the game. He's got 5 assists, 3 steals on his stats line already. He trips over his own teammate there. Bucci turns the corner, gets it out to Granani. Shot clock getting low. Bucci's got to shoot it, does shoot it from behind the arc, and that one's wayward. And that's a missed missed the ring. Johnson didn't realize he had to fire it up, and it was a 24-second violation. Probably could have got it off if he'd recognized the situation.
Yeah, noticeably good defense there by Raiders. They've definitely picked it up a notch. Pretty sure they've been listening to Coach Love's words. And with a 9-man rotation now, you know, guys are definitely going to be looking at their playing time. They're going to be seeing that there's 9 guys on the on the court that are going to be wanting to play and all deserving. Nice, give it a go.
Lovely pass from Barnett to O'Reilly. Yeah, that's one of the headaches of having a deep bench, is how you keep everybody happy with the minutes they play. In some ways, it's easy just to have 5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the year, Raiders had 7. Currently, I think the core rotation's up there at 9.
Johnson's shot doesn't go. He turns to the referee to claim he got caught. Referee having none of it. Brown, little stop and go floater, not quite enough on it. Ball bobbling about. Eventually, the Wildcats come down with it, and the shot clock switched off. So the Wildcats can tick this down. They will take a much-deserved lead into the first half. Bucci going quick there because he thought the Raiders will be not expecting it.
And
but of course,
they're in the penalty.
The drawback of that now is he shoots 2 free throws, and the Raiders get to come down and have the last offense. Ojo just arguing his case, but it was just Bucci caught them off guard, because normally you look in that situation, guy let it get down to 7, 8 seconds before he starts to go, and he just went a bit early. Recognized the defense wasn't ready for it, and earned himself 2 points.
Wondering if Raiders are going to be clearing the floor for Rod Brown here and letting him penetrate and kick to find an open man.
Brown goes, gets it, it's almost, as you called it, to an open man. Still a little early because the Wildcats can run this back. Johnson out on the break, gets it, oh, super fast break from the Wildcats, and they managed to get 4 points in the last 15 seconds of this first half to open up a 10-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, poor offensive, poor time management there by Plymouth. Whatever happens there, Plymouth had to take that last shot. Let it go down 1 second, then get the shot. But to shoot the ball a few seconds early and allow Durham to get a wide open layup at the other end on the buzzer. Coach Love, that's not the way he would want to go into the halftime break.
Well, Brad Gurnani came out on fire. 5 3-pointers in the first half, 21 points to his name. That gave the Wildcats the platform, and they've sustained it through to halftime. We're at the break. It's 39-49 to the Wildcats. We'll be right back after this.